This is a training video for those of you who have written for the Potter's Market and those of you who are new to the Potter's Market as writers. It's important that the veteran writers pay close attention because this year we want the receipts to be uniform. There will be a receipt copy pasted in front of you at the counter as an example, and we're going to go over it today to make sure we're clear on the various elements of the procedure. So let's take a look at the receipt book. You'll notice that the top of the page has the writer's full name printed out. It's important that we have that there in case there's a question about one of the entries on the page. Be sure when you write each item that you press very hard. There are 3 copies here, and we want to make sure that the writing goes all the way through to the final copy. So press hard and write very clearly. Notice the order of the entry on the receipt. It is identical to the entry or to the price ticket on the item, beginning with the item number, the Potter's initials, and the price. Look at the price. There are no dollar signs and there are no zeros. Very often they're confusing. List each item on a single line. When you have all the items listed, bring a subtotal over on this side of the receipt. Look at your tax chart for the amount of tax. Please don't use your adding machine or your head. In a hurry, either one of those could cause a mistake. So the tax chart will give you the amount for the tax, add the two together, and the total goes over here, nice and clearly written. You'll notice that here is an asterisk in the margin. If an item is sold from the stockroom and not from the main floor, we do not want that item restocked. So this asterisk will indicate that this item came from the stockroom. You'll know which one it is because beside the price ticket there is a paper dot. It could be any color. And when you see one of those paper dots, we'll need to have an asterisk in the margin of the receipt so that the restockers will know not to stock that one. If you have multiple items of exactly the same price and exactly the same Potter, they may be written on the same line. Let's look here. We have the item 920, and there were 3 of them at $8 for a total of $24. Notice here, this is the only place on the receipt where we see the dollar sign. And the reason is that will differentiate the money from the number of items. When you've finished an entire page, the copies go first to the stays in the book for the computer. The second copy is the customer's receipt, and the third copy, when the page is full, is torn out and is put in front of the post that is in front of you at the writing desk. Backing up just a little bit, before you start, since there are 3 copies, be sure that the cardboard is inserted behind the last copy so that we don't have multiple things written on multiple pages. If you have multiple receipts, that is more than one receipt for one customer, this is the way we do it. For instance, here we have one customer bought all of these items. So we complete the receipt, add it entirely, no total here. An arrow will indicate to the data inputters that this is not a total. And then when we come down to the final total, it goes here. Again, with the subtotal on the right and the word tax and the total here, the total of the tax. There are 3 ways the customer can pay for the merchandise. Cash, obviously, you will have a cash box in front of you, sharing it with your neighboring writer. The customer may pay by credit card, and we accept the 4 major credit cards. and the customer may write a personal check. And all we need on that personal check is the telephone number. As you write the items on the sheet, you and your wrapper have to communicate, of course. We do not want the wrapper reading the price from the ticket. It may seem efficient to do it that way, but it's another area where a mistake could be made. Also, especially when the traffic is heavy and there are a lot of people in line, keep your customers moving. It's important, obviously, that we have good public relations and that we are friendly with the people, but please don't initiate any long conversations when there is so much traffic going on. If we follow these rules, and this page will be pasted in front of you as you write, as an example, I'm sure we'll have far fewer mistakes and we'll have far more happy potters when the accuracy is taken care of. Good luck, and thank you for being a writer for the annual Potter's Market.